Hello everyone and welcome to another session of the Lusophone Empire. Finally got some more time to really sit down and play. Probably will do a couple sessions in a row, so can't wait to get started. But as a bit of a summary from the last sessions, I did a bit between the sessions. I cleaned up the armies. They will be compiling into more single groups. I changed some things with the navy, but that still needs to tick up. They deleted some of the government buildings in the colonies, but I didn't go all the way with it to like plus 200 or 300, which is probably going to be my goal because I'm afraid the weekly tick might change things a little bit. So that's pretty much what I did between the sessions. Still praying for the last affair to actually pass. There is unfortunately the 20% chance during one of the souls we just get a setback and it fails. It's not too bad though. We do have good legitimacy for once because of the civil war removing pretty much all clout those interest groups had. So that's something to avoid. Oh, there's actually a pretty cool war going on. Canada is trying to get independence and they're being supported by Germany, United States and Italy. And also like Cape Colony is trying to free themselves, British Senegal. It would be really cool if only the AIs chose war goals that they could actually get. Like they can possibly invade Jamaica, which is they're missing right now, but they're not going to liberate Scotland. So everyone is just going to drop off and UK is slowly going to gobble them up as the time goes on. And yeah, the biggest problem is going to be France and Great Britain. And I'm pretty sure I could take both of them at this point if I was really dedicated to war. The problem is we would have to go over in family limit, and I don't think we can take the entire world because once we go over the limit, everyone is just going to declare on us. And I don't think we can manage that. The good thing is not a lot of people really have a navy that matters that much. Italy actually has surprisingly quite a lot. But maybe their technology is not that good. That's also possible. Let's do a quick check. Okay. No, they're not too bad, unfortunately. So yeah, for time being, I think I'm going to focus a little bit on just cleaning up things I can, and see how we do with our economy. We should be doing quite well. I think I will go even with high taxes, because why not? Like we're only getting taxes from these places. I'm pretty sure there's almost no radicals over here. Yeah, actually our radicals, the Civil War helped quite a bit apparently. We have more loyalists than radicals. Doesn't happen that often. And yeah, we'll see how it goes, so let's start it. This is going to be very important. This is going to clean itself up in a second, I hope. Wait, let me check. I did clean up the production methods a little bit, but we don't have electricity everywhere and engines are still a problem, so I didn't do it fully. I probably didn't fix this. This has exclamation mark. It really annoys me when it's there. Yeah, electric, so we don't have that. Let's finish with those naval bases, which is going to be a second, and then do I go for engines or do I build electricity everywhere? Probably should go for electricity, to be honest. Just for ease of management. I really cannot be bothered to do separate management for the colonies and the colonies, and I think like getting labor-saving production methods in colonies is actually going to be good as well, because that's going to free pops to migrate to the center, ideally. Oh, we're getting our interests, because yeah, the Civil War just ended, so some things are still being fixed after that. Let's just build power plants, and we don't have one in Azores. And then I will be adding them as needed. Probably would be good to look at infrastructure as well, actually. Let's make sure it's just domestic. Yeah, actually infrastructure is probably a priority. Otherwise it looks good. Let's make sure those railways are on top, and let's keep going. A lot of things are going to depend on if we get laissez-faire or not for the next moves. It's basically a roll of the die. I mean, we have better chances to pass it than not, I think. But it's not certain. Those guys really don't like me. I don't think there's... I mean, authority is pretty bad. Could remove greener grass campaigns in Galicia, possibly. Yeah, I mean, I like it being there. I could also remove coffee tax. That's 35k. That's a lot of money. Maybe... How much population? You have almost 3 million. You are up there with those other states. So even though I would really want you to keep getting those migrants, I think you have actually that higher attraction that you're cannibalizing migrants from those free states as well. Which is probably not ideal, because every migrant that's coming from those free states over here is taking a spot that could potentially be taken by a migrant from the colonies. So maybe it's actually not ideal to have a green grass campaign over here. Ideally, they'd be on all four, but that's not gonna happen. Looks like I still have too much administration, which is good. That means I can remove more of them and make even more money. So let's just focus on states that have barely any, because we're not taking any taxes from those places anyways. Can keep some of them just for the bureaucracy. Maybe even not that. This looks good enough, just to be sure. Yeah, it shows that it's minus negative 90 tax. But I'm pretty sure we're not gaining any taxes from there, right? There was a way to check this, actually. We are earning some kind of taxes from those places. Taxation revenue from buildings. Actually not sure what kind of... Is it calculating like taxes from ownership maybe? Or it wouldn't be calculating consumption taxes, because then it would be everywhere equally. But somehow Lower Egypt has a massive population, to be fair. And still it's making about the same money as Azores. Where is that? What is giving me that money? In taxation. It's okay, 10k pops. Yeah, but... So it's just about the taxation capacity that we're not really using anyways, I assume? Yeah, I'm just unsure if it means anything. We are using this capacity. But then again, we're using in a lot of states that are not giving us any money. So I assume it doesn't mean anything actually. Or even if it does, it's like £500 per month, which is not worth the government administration. But if I'm wrong, then let me know. Because maybe I'm assuming something wrong with my calculations. I would really hope this gets passed fast, because the stall is going to be increasing and industrials are going to be losing clout just from the other interest groups gaining more, regaining more of their own clout. And let's actually start some small wars. It's not going to be costing pretty much any infamy. And we need to do this anyway. And it takes a bit of time just to get the diplomatic play anyways. Let's make sure you guys are upgraded, actually. There are some irregulars I got from some of the colonies. Upgrade. Upgrade. And you just came probably a new unit from somewhere. You can go to the 20th. We are losing our debt, which honestly, if we do get laissez-faire, is not going to be an issue anyways. We do want to end slave trade. We can establish colony here. Why? Oh, because other people have claims there. We can get more interest, which is not really important, but might as well, I suppose. Might make trade slightly easier. Italy sides with... Oh my god, Italy. Why? You guys have decent army. But let's see if they actually mobilize anything important. Technically speaking, AI shouldn't be able... But I have no idea how military access actually works in this game, honestly. Did they actually become like a protectorate or something? No, they just gave them an obligation. People just really hate us, man. They just all really hate us. Yeah, I assume it's... Okay, we got a win on laissez-faire. That's big. Now it's 1-4 and 1-4 for success or stall. That's not great, but let's see. Getting even more interests. It looks like Italy is not really mobilizing that much. Or are they? Well, they are not moving troops there, so in any case, it really doesn't matter. France is actually going for something. Got some achievements, which I probably have gotten like 10 times already. The British War is over, obviously, and I think nothing happened, because there wasn't much that could have happened. This guy is surprisingly defensive. Yeah, I'm surprised it's showing such a small difference in like advantage when the difference in quality is so big. Put more authority. Yeah, it doesn't really change much. We don't have that much base authority at this point. Our armies are kind of expensive, but we are mobilizing almost 100 battalions. It's probably the guns and so on are really expensive. Not that much, actually. Still, we need more coal. Yeah, I'm even importing almost 2,000, which is quite a bit. You guys are set to attack, right? So just finish this real quick. And might as well, do I go for another one? Italy is trying to navally invade in Estremadura. I mean, they will try. How many troops there? They have the same numbers. Before they even get there, this is going to be finished. What are their war goals? Just out of curiosity, just more reparations. So even if we somehow lose this, it doesn't really matter. But what I will try to do is start another war instantly, just to get this all over as soon as possible. The Dutch and the French might actually join. Should be really annoying. This... France as well. France just really hates us, huh? Antagonistic, ideological differences and relations. But they do have some sympathy. I'm getting to war with France. Yeah, I just don't want it right now. This will be way too much infamy to go for Sokoto again. And they are less likely to get support from great powers, but after we get all the infamy from conquest, it's going to be too much. Could also go for Morocco potentially. Oh, but France actually likes them, and Russia. Okay, I knew Austria would support them, but other great powers as well. Is there anything else? You guys are British, right? Egypt is, I think, Italian puppet. Go for them, then, I guess. Or Borana, because that would mean the Italy is allied with France, though, and we don't have any friends because France actually won't be really useful. Okay, I will wait a second then. Turns out people just really don't like us anyway, so even if we attack someone else... Oh, Oh, you launched. I thought that that was a failure because it was red. Yeah, I mean, it's not going too bad for them, but not going good enough. In Supernet, Jingoes. I do love Jingoes, actually. Are you guys actually failing in attacking? No. Just taking a bit longer than I would expect. We are losing convoys, which is a bit annoying from convoy raiding. And the ships are not really ready. Oh, we got automatic machine guns. That's going to be important. What am I researching right now? Nothing. So I could go for radios. Or just rush radios. There are some good techs on this level. Society, is there anything I would want? I mean, those would be nice, but not really must-haves. Going for military probably is the best move. But to go more for military, I need radios, so that's going to be the priority. And maybe... Well, cars would be nice, but at the same time, getting cars would mean less trains. And apparently I need trains. I might get electric railways, though. Simply because if I put it on the capital states, that would be something really good, I think. Sierra Leone got Jamaica for some reason. Okay, in 15 days we shall see what happens. I really need to build up my navy. Italians are bullying me, that's a bad sign. Bay of Biscay. Actually, they don't have that many ships. Apparently, it's better to have less admirals, because the more admirals you have, the more your navies are split in combat. At least have them all different orders or something like that. But I'm not sure if it's actually relevant on this patch, or it was something that was more important earlier in the game. We got South Italians, okay, and Normandians. That's really good. I think it's a while. Well, there was a civil war that probably prevented a lot of the mass migrations. Revolution in Bombay. That's really nothing. Austria is declaring a rivalry. I am actually surprised we weren't rivals before. Electric swing machines, automatic power loom. Yeah, that's actually some good stuff. And we will be finished with this in 12 months. I think we will actually be increasing our construction in a second. Yeah, those people are a bit annoyed, but... Oh, wow, what's... Ah, right, the convoys. Makes sense. Debate, okay. I think that's fine. So are you guys actually trying to fight them, or what's going on here? Yeah, those guys are just raiding convoys. All of them are raiding convoys. Wait, you can do naval invasions with fleets that are doing... Yeah, they cannot, because they need their navies to be actually on the offensive position. Their navy is actually not there? What's going on? So should I set them to escort convoys? Not sure which strategy is better, because I barely ever use escort or raid convoys. Actually, I use raid convoys relatively often. Okay, this is done. Yeah, they're going to be out in just a little bit. Bit annoying. How are we doing? We're actually winning at least one of them, despite the Italians having an advantage in Navy, I think. Hey, we got a mandate. Just to grant us foreign investment rights. I mean, wouldn't be the wars. Okay, this is over. I also don't really need it. And yeah, the war is over, so let's fix the convoys and get more navy. Vietnam is falling. They're requesting market control. I mean, actually, yeah, because they will request to join it again later on once this is fixed. So it's actually a good way to gain lower their liberty desire, which is going to be increasing pretty much forever. We also get some support independence from who? Yeah, some strong people, and annoying as well. And now we just need to wait. Oh my god, the game is not running fast at this point. Wait, this... No, that's Dynam. I thought for a second Qing actually got involved, which probably wouldn't matter much, but it would be at least more interesting. France is actually trying to fix the borders a little bit. They're not succeeding, but at least their heart is in the right place. Okay, do I just get more... I think I need more ports in general, actually, because I barely have enough. Where's the most peasants? Okay, Benin apparently needs more ports, so let's give them more ports. Okay, we got it. Nice. This is going to be helpful. Let's see, what kind of company can I get? Gold. Actually, I think either steel or glass, maybe. Glass is nice because they also have furniture, which is the more you can get, the better. I just go for steel. Or maybe engines. This is also pretty good. Okay, I'll go for engines, and I think I will try to remove something. Tools is pretty good. Logging camps and rubber. I think this is something we don't need. And they're not really making that much money. They will be translated to workforce, which is not ideal. How much actually money they're giving to the investment pool? Let's see. Investment pool is not super high. Company headquarters 14k, but that's just one. I'm not sure if it's the biggest one. I can check. 172. Well, they are pretty big, actually. Yeah, those guys barely have any buildings. Or, yeah, 9. And just a few light companies as well. This is a pretty good one. It's a pretty good one, and we need coal. And what would I get instead? No, I cannot really get this one. So either steel or probably the military one. And I think I will get the military one. If I can keep them prosperous, and during the wars they should be prosperous, I think. This minus 10% military goods cost might turn out to be quite valuable. If you weren't to be going for massive wars, then probably I wouldn't bother. But I think in this case it might be worth it. Where are you guys? Yep. 2 million. Shouldn't be actually, yeah. Not too bad. And our economy is fixing itself as the penalties to throughput are going down. We should be gaining more money. Everything should be nice and dandy. Also, my navies need to come back to the port, so because they cannot upgrade when they're at sea. The game doesn't really tell you that, but that's something you have to know just from experience, I suppose. We're using coal for our... We don't have coal-fired power plants. Okay. So this is not really efficient. But we also don't have enough coal for anything. Yeah, our tech is not as good as I would hope. We are like over the limit. And we have been for a long time, I think. What are the private investments doing, actually? It seems like they're not building that much. They're just privatizing stuff. Oh, right, because before not everything was for sale. And now they can privatize a lot stuff. So in theory... Yeah, that's why we will probably be losing more money, because the government is taking care of more construction. But in theory, that should mean that the... In theory, it should mean that the capitalists are giving more money to the treasury through buying stuff. This is a lot of Amhara radicals, especially from the -2 standard of living. From Amhara, which is 2 million pops. This will actually maybe force them to immigrate out, so maybe that's not too bad. Is there any tech I want to go for? This is fine. We could try to go for multiculturalism, but I don't think it's really that important. And it would piss off a lot of people, I think. So petit bourgeoisie, rural folk the most. Intelligentsia is really powerful and they don't like it. Are you guys ethno-nationalists? You're just moderates, okay. We do have a humanitarian on trade unions, which would be pretty huge support, 24%. So actually the majority of the support is from trade unions. Yeah, our political movements of the minority groups are really not that strong. Usually you can get multiculturalism through just with the movements, but they're pretty weak in this case. And we would get opposition from a lot of people. If I could make intelligentsia a bit happier, then maybe, but they would probably, or they would all go to one movement and start a revolution. Probably not worth it. Women's suffrage. Could go for some workers' rights, because everyone would be actually happy about those. Yeah, everyone. That's a pretty nice freebie, and it's not going to cost much because institutions for us are not that expensive. So maybe that's a good idea. Am I colonizing anywhere? I'm not, but I'm still getting colonization events. Fair enough, I suppose. Yeah, just get this because it's free, and it might help a little bit. I want to see a pop in some place, and let's see how much of your population is actually working. Yeah, so actually there's still a lot more pops to be gained, almost 50% of this, so it's at 30, and it will gain additional 15 from women's suffrage and trade unions. This is really slow in increasing. Yeah, I would love to weaken the Iberian party as much as possible. Now the capitalists are building slightly more, not really that excessive amount, considering they have 75% construction allocation. Another war against Great Britain and their colonies. Well, their colonies are not happy. For the time being, they didn't add any stupid war goals, but that's probably not going to last. We could potentially support them. I mean, maybe, actually, maybe this would be the way to go. Though I have bad experience with trying to support the AIs in their fights, because usually they don't end up doing that well. And they do have much stronger navy. Oh wow, this has been some interesting adventures when it comes to GDP. Let's wait a little bit and see if anyone else joins. And what the war goals are going to be. For the time being, they're really reasonable. For the most part, it's increase autonomy. Only Australia would get independence, but we could add nation support, ask for a war goal, ask for liberate subject, and go for British Raj. Where is it? Okay, if we cannot free British Raj, then it's not really worth it. We could transfer... No, they wouldn't agree. Yeah, I wonder why we cannot free them. Is it because they are already supporting Great Britain in this? Yeah, if we cannot free Raj from this, it's not worth it. Or did they already switch? No, they are supporting actually Great Britain. Might be possibly a good time to try something against Great Britain soon. They have 400 flotillas. And I don't need as many as they have, but I need to have at least decent number, like 200, I think. Some secessions. Okay, so this is over. They added Liberate Wales and Cornwall. It's not going to happen. Yeah, the AI just gimped itself for no reason. And this is like, when you think about it, this was a perfectly reasonable set of demands. But as they approach the end of the diplomatic maneuvers, and they actually are uncertain, so that the enemy is confident, so they have no reason to be like feeling confident in getting more war goals. They added Liberate Wales and Cornwall, which is going to be impossible to get. And this is really weird behavior, I think. Like, why even add those? Why AI is doing this? They're not getting any major power supports. Well, Confederate States of America, I guess. It's something. How are we doing on government legitimacy? I can get 100%, and therefore I will. And getting Crow folk into the government is not going to be the worst thing, because it will mean they will be slightly happier, and that's worth something. And this guy is not too bad either. Oh, minus 25% infamy decay. That's not ideal, actually. But not a huge problem at the same time. I wonder what happened here. I didn't pay enough attention, but something clearly did. People do want to get investment rights from us. And did I change the government way too early? I probably did. I could have saved myself some radicals, but that's not a huge problem. Well, trade unions are becoming more and more powerful. Maybe we will get multiculturalism. Theory, they would be only agitating. But then interest groups, it doesn't really show all the changes that are going to be happening. The rural folks are going to be pissed off enough to actually do something. We could just start a little bit of electric industries. Though the problem is, they are actually peasants in some of those places. Finally. Just get a little bit to get things started. That's interesting. Yeah, the women's suffrage is doing a lot of heavy lifting, I feel. And of course, constant migration as well. Look, well, currently those guys are losing. We'll move to Tanganyika a little bit. Yeah, but other states are actually gaining a ton of pops every week. They no longer have the mass migrations. Why are they moving to Tanganyika? What do you guys have here that's so attractive? Oh, you got the timed modifier from Christian mission. Okay. Definitely need a... Actually... No, I don't have telephone switchboards, so just need a tiny bit more government administration. And I did it in Beira, actually, which is a relevant place. So 3 is going to be 180, Let's get slightly more. Let's go for 5. And make it priority because money is important. I would ideally want to go to 0 debt, but actually at this point, let's see what my loan payment is going to be. 3.3%. That's not as low as I would hope for ideally, but it's actually not too bad. So maybe it's time to just get more construction. Getting it maxed or almost maxed in those states is probably going to be pretty important. Need to explode our economy in these last years if I want to get even one war done against Great Britain and France. They're part of the same market. What's going on? Oh, it's Lusophone Empire and they have market unification. Okay, that's interesting. I think there's actually a mandate for this. So in theory I could get something. The question is, what would be useful? Maybe the military one, actually. Militarized industry. Yeah, probably just best to go for this one. Yeah, this wouldn't really help that much. If I took it to 6 years, that's not too bad, actually. Just for the flat minus, what, 15 to the cost? Yeah, I mean, with the company, that would be minus 25%, which is pretty huge, actually. Do I care about assimilation? Not necessarily, to be honest. I care about trade unions being happy. But they will be happy simply because of the multinationalism that we might try to get. I think the anti-Austrian society might be getting quite happy in a second. Who are you? You're a humanitarian. Yes, Tom. We do need humanitarians, as it turns out. Armed forces are surprisingly strong. It's not often that I get them so powerful. Could lower this, but I think I still need to recruit more troops for my navy, I assume. Some. Romanians! Yay! Great. I'm not sure why I'm so happy about Romanians, but I am. I could get some submarines. Which might be... I actually didn't really play with submarines. Maybe I should. Do they need to have like additional fleets, or do they work alone as well? Support vessels. The name suggests that they need other units. Default units and special units. Yeah, so they need light ships as support. Maybe I will try to get some submarines and see how they do. Because bullying the AIs and their supply networks might be a good idea just against their economies. I cannot get any because I don't have radios for now. Let's get 30 of those. Not sure if those are actually happening under recruitment. So 81, let's get 19 just to make it a nicer number. And 3 more of those, I guess. Our balance is going kind of wildly, but it's not really important, I don't think. There's some revolutions that are not really important as well. Is the British war going anywhere? It might be even already finished. It's actually finished against most... Yeah, I think it's finished right now. Or not? It did. The occupation just didn't reset for a second, but that's gone now. Actually, sure, you can strengthen a little bit. Defensive pact with Bhutan. Yeah, that's okay. Great. So can this happen? Let's try it. I don't think there's really that much penalty possible if I fail with this. So I think I might as well try. Could make intelligence like me slightly more with this. Which is really expensive, but let's see. I think it's going to be it for this session. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Time is going very, very slowly, unfortunately, even though I'm keeping 5 speed. And I think I'm not really paused that much, but it's slow at this part of the game. But yeah, GG and see you guys in the next one.